Hello everyone. Leprosy has troubled humanity for centuries, but today India stands at the final mile of eradicating this disease completely. Let us walk through the architecture, evolution, and the roadmap of India's National Leprosy Eradication Programme, known as NLEP. Let us begin by understanding how far India has come. In the year 1981, the prevalence rate of leprosy in India stood at 57.2 per 10,000 population. By the year 2025, this number has dropped dramatically to 0.57 per 10,000 population. This is a remarkable transformation. Along with prevalence, other indicators have also improved. Grade 2 disability cases have reduced from 4.48 per million in 2014 to just 1.31 per million in 2025. Child cases among new leprosy patients have almost halved, dropping from 9.04% to 4.68%. The annual new case detection rate has also declined from 9.73 per 1 lakh population to 7 per 1 lakh population. Now let us understand the journey of this program through the decades. The story began in 1948 when the Hindkusht Nivaran Sangh was established. This was followed in 1955 by the launch of the National Leprosy Control Programme, which relied on dapsone monotherapy. This marks the first era, known as the control phase, which lasted from 1948 to 1982. The second era, called the eradication phase, began in 1983 when the program was upgraded to the National Leprosy Eradication Programme and multidrug therapy was introduced globally. In 1993, the World Bank extended support to the multidrug therapy program. By 2005, India achieved national level elimination, meaning the prevalence rate came down below 1 per 10,000 population, and the program was TEGRE3A into the National Rural Health Mission. The third era, from 2016 to 2027, is the phase of interruption and the final mile. During this period, the Nikusth reporting software was launched, along with the Sparsh Awareness Campaign and post-exposure prophylaxis. In 2023, the National Strategic Plan for the years 2023 to 2027 was launched, along with Nikusth 2.0. In 2025, leprosy was declared a notifiable disease and a uniform 3-drug multi-drug therapy was implemented. The program today operates on what is called the Zero Framework. The vision is a leprosy-free India. The mission is to provide quality, free of cost, easily accessible leprosy services through an integrated healthcare system, including post-cure disability care. The core objectives include reducing the prevalence rate to less than 1 per 10,000 population at the subnational and district levels, reducing grade 2 disability to less than 1% among new cases nationally, reducing grade 2 disability cases to less than 1 case per million population nationally, achieving zero disabilities among new child cases, and ensuring zero stigma and discrimination against affected persons. The core philosophy of the program rests on 3 pillars, namely zero transmission, zero disability, and zero discrimination. These 3 pillars are supported by 6 key components. The first is case detection and management, focused on early identification to break transmission. The second is disability prevention and medical rehabilitation. The third is information, education, and behavior change communication. The fourth is human resources and capacity building. The fifth is program management, supervision, and monitoring. The sixth is stigma reduction, aimed at restoring dignity to affected persons. Let us now look at how this program is organized from policy to patient. At the national level, the Directorate General of Health Services and the Central Leprosy Division are responsible for policy formulation, central funding, and national digital surveillance through Nikusth 2.0. At the state level, the State Leprosy Officer handles strategic implementation and resource allocation. At the district level, The district leprosy officer and the district leprosy nucleus manage direct supervision, execution of disability prevention and medical rehabilitation, and referral networks. At the grassroots edge, primary health centers and ASHA workers carry out ASHA-based surveillance, direct patient contact, contact tracing, and early detection. The program follows a multi-pronged strategic approach. For active case detection, leprosy case detection campaigns conduct 14-day intensive door-to-door surveys in high endemic districts, while focused leprosy campaigns use targeted strategies for low endemic and hard-to-reach areas. For transmission interruption, post-exposure prophylaxis involves administering a single dose of rifampicin to all eligible healthy contacts of an index case to break the chain of transmission immediately. For integrated screening, the program converges with national health frameworks to screen all age groups. Children between 0 and 18 years are screened under Rashtriya Bal Swasthya Karyakram. Adolescents between 13 and 19 years are screened under Rashtriya Kishore Swasthya Karyakram. Adults above 30 years are screened under Ayushman Bharat. For information, education, and stigma eradication, Sparsh leprosy awareness campaigns conduct annual nationwide Gram Sabha pledges to end discrimination, and the Sapna mascot, represented by local schoolgirls, helps dispel community myths and normalize reporting. The active detection cycle works through three connected functions. Targeted surveillance includes the 14-day door-to-door campaigns in high endemic districts, focused surveys in low endemic areas triggered by a grade 2 disability or child case, and ongoing ASHA-based surveillance for early suspect identification. Immediate prevention includes contact tracing, which retrospectively maps up to 5 years of newly detected cases, and administration of post-exposure prophylaxis to eligible healthy contacts to immediately cut the transmission chain. Intensive monitoring includes special frameworks for 121 districts with a prevalence rate above 1 and district award guidelines that incentivize rapid elimination and treatment completion. The overall goal of this cycle is to achieve a prevalence rate of less than 1 per 10,000 population universally. An important part of the program is restoring dignity through disability prevention and medical rehabilitation. This follows a patient journey cycle with 4 stages. The first stage is primary prevention and self-care, which includes providing specialized dressing materials, supportive medicines, and ulcer kits, along with training patients in self-care procedures to protect insensitive hands and feet from injury. The second stage is physical support and appliances, which includes distribution of microcellular rubber footwear, splints, and crutches to prevent progressive deformity. The third stage is surgical correction, where reconstructive surgeries are offered free of cost across 83 identified centers, including 42 government centers and 41 non-governmental organization centers, along with central leprosy institutes. The fourth stage is socio-economic welfare, where a direct welfare allowance of 12,000 rupees is paid to each patient undergoing reconstructive surgery to compensate for loss of wages and ensure financial barriers do not prevent corrective care. The program is also modernizing its approach through several advanced initiatives. Digital surveillance is strengthened through Nikusth 2.0, a revamped web-based information and communication technology portal launched in 2023 for real-time patient recording, epidemiological tracking, and vital drug stock management. Biological security is ensured through a national antimicrobial resistance surveillance network established across Sentinel sites, including the Central Leprosy Teaching and Research Institute and the Jhalma Institute, to monitor resistance of Mycobacterium leprae to rifampicin, dapsone, and clofazimine. Holistic health is addressed through a national framework that integrates targeted mental health services for leprosy patients and their families, addressing the psychological toll of diagnosis and stigma. Demographic targeting is achieved through integration of tagging systems within Nikusth 2.0 to monitor particularly vulnerable tribal groups across 17 states under the Pradhan Mantri Janjati Adivasi Nyaya Maha Abhiyan initiative. A major clinical shift took place with the revised treatment protocol. Effective April 1st, 2025, India implemented a uniform 3-drug multidrug therapy consisting of rifampicin, dapsone, and clofazimine for both paucibacillary and multibacillary cases, simplifying logistics and boosting efficacy. For paucibacillary cases, the treatment duration is 6 months. For multibacillary cases, the treatment duration is 12 months. The dosage varies by age group, covering adults, children between 10 and 14 years, and children below 10 years or weighing less than 40 kilograms, with appropriate adjustments in the amount of each drug. Looking ahead, the National Strategic Plan for 2023 to 2027 lays out the blueprint for the future. The overarching goal is interruption of transmission by 2027, defined as zero occurrence of new child cases for 5 consecutive years. This goal rests on 5 pillars. The first pillar is leadership, coordination, and partnerships, ensuring intersectoral accountability. The second pillar is accelerated case detection through proactive campaigns and contact tracing. The third pillar is comprehensive quality services, ensuring universal access to free multidrug therapy and disability prevention and medical rehabilitation. The fourth pillar is prevention of disease and discrimination through scale-up of post-exposure prophylaxis and behavioral change. The fifth pillar is robust surveillance and information systems, enabling data-driven tracking through digital platforms. Over the decade from 2015 to 2025, the program has achieved significant milestones. The annual new case detection rate dropped from 9.73 to 7 per 1 lakh population, with total annual cases reducing from around 1 lakh to around 80,000. Grade 2 disability among new cases plunged from 4.48 to 1.31 per million population. Child cases dropped by nearly half, from 9.04% to 4.68% of newly detected cases. Post-exposure prophylaxis coverage to eligible contacts surged from 71% in 2019 to 92% in 2025. Districts reporting a prevalence rate of less than 1 per 10,000 population increased from 542 to 638 nationwide. Like any large program, NLEP has its strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Among the strengths are an uninterrupted, free supply of multi-drug therapy, strong political commitment with total decentralization through the National Health Mission, and highly proactive case detection mechanisms. Among the weaknesses are shortages of designated leprosy medical officers and expert surgeons for reconstructive surgery, logistical delays in disability prevention and medical rehabilitation services such as procuring microcellular rubber footwear and reliance on paper-based reporting in remote areas despite Nikusth 2.0. Among the opportunities are deepened integration of ASHA workers and persons affected by leprosy in advocacy, cross-program screening convergences with Rashtriya Bal Swasthya Karyakram, Rashtriya Kishore Swasthya Karyakram, and Ayushman Bharat, and robust technical and financial backing from global partners like the World Health Organization and the International Federation of Anti-Leprosy Associations. Among the threats are persistent social stigma driving underreporting, resource reallocation of field staff during local emergencies, and residual backlog in case detection stemming from disruptions caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. To bring it all together, leprosy is now recognized as a notifiable disease with a firm data-backed mandate to achieve zero transmission by 2027. The program has successfully transitioned from an isolated vertical program to a decentralized model embedded within the National Health Mission, driven by dedicated ASHA workers. Treatment has been optimized with a universal 3-drug multi-drug therapy regimen, expanded post-exposure prophylaxis, and robust financially supported rehabilitation services. The path ahead to 2027 is protected by scientific rigor through national antimicrobial resistance surveillance, powered by real-time data through Nikusth 2.0, and rooted in community dignity through the Sparsh Campaign and the Sapna mascot. Hope you have understood about the National Leprosy Eradication Programme. If you found this video useful, please watch and share with your friends and colleagues. Thank you.